I discussed Ife in my last video. If you haven't watched it yet, please pause this video and go back and watch that other video for context. Okay? Ife is the cradle of civilization. I don't care what anyone says, right? If you want to argue, you can argue with your ancestors. Ife is the cradle of civilization. That's all. The place where Oduduwa descended on a chain and basically started the world. Oduduwa started the world, man. If you watch that video, you will hear how Oduduwa started the world. It's crazy. Okay. That's like crazy, man. You have to watch that video. It is Ile is prestigious. It's also a bit historical. It's the golden child that gets all the screen time. But what happened when Ife Empire started to chill out? When the spiritual center stayed holy, but the political power started looking for new addresses. Buckle up, guy, because today we are diving into the post Ife era. It is a story of massive empires, incredible strategy, a lot like Game of Thrones. And they're the most resilient people, actually. The culture and traditions of Yoruba people. I love it. First, we shall look at the rise of Oyo Empire. Imagine Ife is the Ivy League university where everyone goes to get their degree in being Yoruba. If Ife is the school, Oyo was the Fortune 500 company that took over the world. Around the 14th century, the Oyo Empire started flexing, while Ife was focused on art and spirituality. Oyo looked at the open savannah and said, "You know what would look great here? Cavalry." Yeah, cavalry. Oyo was one of the only forest region and well, it was one of the only forest region empire to master horses. They were the Blitzkrieg of West Africa. They didn't just have a king. They had an Alafin and a democratic system of checks and balances that would make us constitutional lovers jealous. Okay, so here is a rough draft. You had the Oyo Messi, a council of seven, right? Who could basically impeach a king, telling him it was time to go and sleep. That means, right? He'd be like, bye bye. Hmm. Uh, Now imagine being the Alafi and the head of this council. And when the head of this council hands you a calabash, that is the ancient equivalent of getting a text message in the morning asking you, "Are you up?" Except the only answer is always no. I am resigning from life. That means shoo shoo, you're gone. Bye. All right. Now, while Oyo was dominating the north, the other kids were moving out of Ife to start their own thing. On one side was Benin. Remember what we discussed. Oramiya married Princess Eremide, and they had a child. That child became Oba Eweka the First, His Royal Majesty, Oba Tokbe. So that's Benin on one side. On the other side is Ijesha and Ekiti. This group moved into the rugged, hilly eastern terrains. They became the mountain people. Very hard to conquer, incredibly stubborn, and creators of some of the most sophisticated social structure in the region. By the 19th century, everything started to go down. Every great empire has a final season. And Oyo, unfortunately, had its finale. Oyo was messy. There was internal squabbles. A cheeky rebellion by the Afonja of Ilorin and the Fulani jihadists coming from the north led to the final collapse of Old Oyo Empire. But trust me, Yoruba, they are very resilient people. I love telling this story. They're like super. They always bounce back. That's why I love those people. Okay? The Yorubas collapse. They don't have collapse in their history. Okay? They just pivot to the next thing. All right? Phew! Ibadan started a literal war camp that turned into the largest city in West Africa. You understand that? Ibadan was the New York of the 1800s. It didn't care who your father was. It only cared if you could fight. Then there's the Kiriji War. This was the world's longest civil war. It lasted 16 years. It was essentially a massive family feud where everyone brought the latest European rifle to the party. It ended when they realized that, look, if we continue fighting, we'll just kill each other. The war is not going to end and there will be no city to govern. So everybody came to an understanding and like, okay, I'm stopping that. You should stop, put your rifle away, okay? Guys, you might be thinking, okay, so they fought, they built city, they had horses. So what? Here's the kicker. Most empires, when they fall, their culture dies with them. Look at the Romans. No one is out here sacrificing to Jupiter in a toga, like with a straight face. But Yorubas, post Ife, post Oyo, post colonialism, the culture is undefeated. It is resilient, right? The religion, Santeria, Candomblé, and Orisha worship are massive in Brazil, Cuba, and the US. This colonialism simply took them global. It took their culture global from colonialism. Forget all these guys, right? Every time you hear a polyrhythmic beat in a pop song, that's the ghost of a Yoruba talking drum. They survived the Atlantic slave trade and the collapse of their own empire. Yet they are still here, still wearing the best lace at wedding, making sure that their kids become doctors. Forget I love this guy. Post Ife history isn't just a list of dates, guys. It's a masterclass in innovation. When the old system broke, they built Oyo. When Oyo broke, they built Ibadan and Abeokuta. They are the masters of rebranding. And you see an average Yoruba man, Dombale for Ramo. Tell him say, oh God, I hail you too much. I'm telling you. Okay. So what do you think, guys? Was the collapse of Oyo inevitable? Or did Afonja just have the worst timing in history? Let me know in the comment section. Thank you.